I would say that I would split these up a bit because I think that they are different problems. Let me deal with sexuality and gender first, because what I'm hearing from parents is they really do feel like kids are being introduced to very adult conversations much earlier than the parents feel comfortable. My personal view is that at K to 6, you do need to have some kind of education. Kids need to be told about bad touching. I think that's really important so that we can make sure that there aren't sexual predators and that kids are protected. In grade 7 to 9, that's when kids start becoming sexually mature. They need to know how babies are made. And so we have to have I think, a very clinical discussion with kids. I think the issues about attraction and some of the issues around gender identity, those I think are better concepts introduced in high school. And when I look at the GSA conversation that we had years ago, it really was about trying to create a safe space for kids to be able to come out to their peers and get support. And I'm not quite sure how it is that that we ended up seeing so much of this curriculum pushed down through teachers into the lower grades. I don't think that's what anybody intended. And so I think we need to take a closer look at that. We used to have a provision in the School Act, I'm not sure if it's been stripped out, where parents would be able to be told in advance if your kids are being taught items around sexuality and be able to opt their kids out of that classroom. I think we have to go back to allowing that kind of opt-out and informed provision. When it comes to race and religion, I would probably take a different view. I have met with many diverse communities over the last number of months. When I was on the air as well, we used to very regularly do a diversity, inclusion, and equity report for the CRTC as a demonstration that we were making sure that we were in touch with all of the different cultural communities and cultural groups. And so I think we have to be mindful that in this last while, especially as we've seen division and we haven't had the building of a community that has normally happened in classrooms, I think we have to be mindful that there is an increase in bullying, that bullying is often on the basis of some of the characteristics that people have from different minority groups. I think a lot of kids are really being harmed by that. And having a discussion about all of the religions of the world. I think the Hindu community is delighted that we want to bring discussion of the Hindu religion into the classroom. Alberta has distinguished itself as really being the safe haven of the world. Every cultural community looks at us as a place to escape to so that they can live their lives the way they want to, practice the religion the way they want to, build businesses the way they want to, and be able to succeed on merit. I look at our approach contrasted with Quebec, which seems to be going out of its way to target religious minorities and English-speaking minorities. I think that this is one of the ways that we really distinguish ourselves by being so open and inclusive. So I would maybe take a bit of a different approach on that issue. I think that race issues are always very complicated. I think that kids need to be taught from a very young age that words hurt and that bullying hurts. And so I don't have as much of a problem with some of the race and religion discussion. I like the fact that the religion discussion has now been broadened out to include all of the religions of the world. I think that was a great improvement. And I think as we go on, we just have to be mindful that we're going to have to deal with a lot of legacy issues from the last couple of years. And the more we can do to make sure that those communities feel supported and make sure that we're addressing these issues in an open way, I think that those are positive discussions to have. Thanks, John.